All right, so let's do some of this dimensional analysis where we have more than one thing to cancel. So here we're asked to convert 875 hours. So that's where we're going to start, the 875 hours. And we have to go all the way to years. That's our answer. So we're going all the way here. And in order to do this, what we want to do is have some conversions for this to happen. Now, here are the conversions we know. We know that there are 24 hours in a day. All right. And then we also know that there are 365 days in a year. So even though you kind of do this in your head when you're doing this, it's important that you kind of use this method to figure this out. So we have two options here. And if we use our domino theory, right? So this is one domino, and it can go in either way. You can put one day equals 24 hours or 24 hours equals one day. That's the beauty of the equality. And here's the other one. So we need something to go here that's going to cancel out hours. And the only green thing in our choices is this 24 hours. So we want to put that in the denominator so that it cancels the hours with what was given. Now, because we put that down there, that means the numerator has to get the one day. So we have to put the one day up here because they go together. And if one goes on the bottom, then the other one goes on the top. Now, that's one. We're not at years yet, but we did cancel hours. So now we got to get rid of this days. We've used this one. All right. So we use this one first. And this is the only one left. So we want to use this one and we're going to use that one second. And now we're trying to cancel days. So we want that blue 365 days in the denominator. And if we put that in the denominator, then we can put the 1 year in the numerator. So look at what that does for us. It cancels out our days and it gives us the years, which is what we're looking for. So now we multiply the tops, and the tops in this case is just 875 times 1 times 1. So that's 875. And then we're going to multiply 24 times 365. And 24 times 365 is 8,700 or 8,760. And now we divide those numbers. So we multiply across the top, multiply across the bottoms, and then divide. And so when you divide those two, you get on your calculator a whole lot of numbers, right? 584 and 47. So you don't need to report all those. It's not going to be wrong if you do, but you don't need to. You could do simply point one, or you could do 0.0999 is officially what we should do because we want to have three significant figures like that. But any of those are fine answers, and it's important to have units. All right, so let's try this one with the baseball game. I don't know why I keep avoiding the teaspoon one, but I do. All right, so we're looking through this problem, and a season, right? One season has 162 games. So if we have 162 games, that's one season. So we can put that as one of our dominoes. 162 games equals one season. So that's one thing we know. The other thing we know is that one game has 9 innings. So one game has, right, 9 innings. So each game there, and I should change my color for the innings. So we'll go purple. So there's equals 9 innings. All right, so those are our two dominoes, and they can go in either order. They could be 162 equals 1 or 1 equals 162, either way, as long as they're together and as long as these are together. Okay, so now there's the how. The how always leads us to what we're looking for, and the question is how many seasons? So we want to end at seasons. That's where we're headed. And then the number that comes up is going to be where we start, and so 5,400 innings is where we're starting. All right. So We got to get rid of this purple innings. The only of our 2 dominoes that has innings is this one. So we're going to use this one first. And we're going to put those innings in the denominator, the 9 innings. And that means we're going to have 1 game in the numerator because they go together. That's going to cancel our innings. It's not going to get us to seasons yet, but at least we got rid of innings. Now we have games, and this one has games per season, so that's going to be helpful. We want to put that games in the denominator to cancel with the other one. And then in the numerator, we will have 1 season. So the games cancels. The season is the only thing that didn't cancel, which is good because that's what our answer is supposed to be. Then we're going to multiply across the top. So 5,400 times 1 is 5,400 still. And then 9 times 162 is 1458. And then we're going to divide those. And so we'll get 3.7 seasons as our answer. All right, so let's try one with 3. Pretty sure that was a 2. This is a 3. So let's try when we have 3 things. So in this case, a woodchuck can chuck a bundle of wood in 10 minutes. So it can do a bundle, all right, and it takes it 10 minutes to do a bundle. So we can say that 1 bundle equals 10 minutes. That's a thing. All right. And then a cord, all right, so now there's this other thing about wood. There's a cord. So 48 bundles equals 1 cord. And I guess we'll go with, maybe I'll go purple so maybe it pops a little better. So a cord, 1 cord is equal to 48 bundles. Um, how many cords can a woodchuck chuck in 2 hours? So now it's offering us 2 hours. It's occurred to me I've run out of colors that'll pop, so I guess we'll use black. All right, so we need the how is dealing with chords. So the how is talking about chords. So that's where we're headed. And we're starting with hours because that's in the how statement with a number, right? The 2 hours is with a number. So we need another equivalent. And the other equivalent, if you didn't know it, I would give this to you, but 2 hours, right, is equal to, I'm sorry, not even 2 hours. We just need 1 hour, actually. 1 hour, oops, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So I would provide that for you. So we have 3 dominoes in this case that we got to use. We have 3 dominoes that we're going to need to use for this one. And here they are. We got the cord equals 48 bundles. That's 1. We got a bundle equals 10 minutes. And we have an hour equals 60 minutes. So we got to get rid of hours. And the only one of these 3 things that has hours is this one here. So we're going to use this one first because it has hours. And we need to put that hour in the denominator. So it'll cancel out with those hours. And that's going to get us to minutes. So while we're in minutes, it's not chords, but we got out of hours. So that's good. So the second one we're going to need to use needs to have blue in it. And the only one that has blue in it is this one. So this one's going to be second. And we want that 10 minutes to be in the denominator to cancel out with the 60 minutes. And if we put that at the bottom, then that means the 1 bundle has to go in the numerator. And that gets rid of minutes. And so then we have cord equals 48 bundles. That's the only one left. So we're going to use that one third. And again, we're going to use the red one on the bottom to cancel. And if that's at the bottom, then we want 1 cord on the top, which is what our answer needs to be. And that'll cancel the bundles. So 2 times 60 times 1 times 1, that's 120. And then 10 times 48 is 480. And then 120 divided by 480 equals 0.25. So the answer is 0.25 quarts.